Well, hey guys, hope you're well. Another beautiful winter day here in Virginia. Nice to get these breaks between winter. It's 50 degrees a day and sunny, feels good. So what's your superpower? Everyone's got a superpower. Everyone's got strengths and weaknesses. You know, think through what is your one superpower? Is it being super organized? Is it being connecting to people and being able to network and go to an event? You can talk to everybody at the event and really work the room. Is it organization, planning, operations? We all have a superpower, and it's really important that early on, as quick as you can, figure out what that is so you can partner or hire the other pieces that you do not have. And again, being an entrepreneur, especially early on, really helps you identify what you're good at, your superpower, really quickly. And for me, it's always been meeting people, connecting dots, be able to see what the next trend is, how to kind of put the pieces together, the folks that could help work with me to put that together. That's always been kind of my strong suit, which comes in handy, obviously being an entrepreneur and in real estate and being able to work on a new project, and you've a lot of different people that you have to work with, from an architect to a lender, investor, engineer, all those different types of trades, and also obviously general contractor and the subcontractors and the factories. And so it's one of the parts of the job that I enjoy, being exposed to all types of different people and with different skill set, learning from them, and be able to orchestrate it all so that it all comes together. That's always been my superpower, and really enjoying talking to people and meeting new people and building relationships. And so when you start that business, whatever vertical it is, again, every vertical is always evolving. There's all types of different talents that are needed to obviously get that idea going. That's why a lot of tech incubators, startup environments, investors sometimes require more than one founder, or at least two co-founders, with the idea that you complement each other. And there's a lot of truth to that. There's definitely a lot of truth to that. And so I highly encourage you to, again, obviously identify what your superpower is, and then whatever is not your superpower, finding somebody that can help you complement that skill set, especially early on when you're down in trenches and you're holding all the hats. It's definitely a lot of heavy pulling, and if you could have that co-founder or even another, be three co-founders, can make all the difference in the world. Again, I think two is probably plenty. One's doable, two is great. Three and four, I haven't done the research, but at least from my experiences, I've seen that doesn't work out well all the time. Just because you have a lot of different personalities you're managing, and people's lives have different journeys, and again, I'm making this up, but out of three founders, you could have two that are doing all the work. One's not doing as much work. That one may not be as committed, might want to exit, hard to get them out. I mean, just more moving pieces. Where I think with two, assuming you guys can have the main complementary skills, I think is enough, and should be good enough for you to launch that business. But it's important to know that early on, and to focus on that, and not to dwell or be negative about the things that you're not good at. That's okay. You're human. We're all humans, and it's just better to know thyself, acknowledge that early on, and either hire or partner for the parts that you're lacking. And the word is not lacking, right? It's just the parts that you don't have, that don't come as easy to you and you're not a natural at. And again, we all have our different skill sets. So depending on what businesses you're working on, at the end of the day, it's all similar skill sets in the sense to people personalities, and people's skill set obviously differs in depending on what vertical you're working on, technology startup versus real estate. But at the core, if someone's really good at operations, that operations, managing people is managing people, and sales are sales. Obviously, there's nuances to different vertical, but that skill set and then kind of the natural ability to do that is kind of the same in every industry. But again, if you've picked the right food group, I call it the right industry food group to work in, then it'll make again easier for you to flesh that out and be able to persevere and get through the tough days when you start that business. And as I said in previous videos, and will continue to say so, every vertical, every industry is always evolving. Don't just pick the one that is the hot trend right now, and you think that you just have to go that direction because that's where the money is, and if you don't go in that direction, you're gonna miss out. That is definitely not the way to go about it. And stick with what you're good at. Again, the title of the video, your superpower, layered on top of a business that you're interested in, vertical that you're interested in, that you can see yourself being at least 10 years. The 2-5-10 rule that I've talked previously in other videos. 2 years to maybe start to figure out what you're doing, 5 years to maybe build something, and 10 years to really build something. That's really, and there's exceptions to the rules. Again, you can viral out, you can get lucky, all these things, but most businesses, that's just how long it takes to build something that's really worth building. I always love the saying, right? Anything that's worth building is going to be hard, right? If it's not hard, then it's probably not worth building. So keep that in mind as well. But focus on your superpower. Get continue education, right? And that can take all forms. It doesn't have to be going to a master's program or whatever kind of organized school, or just picking up books and reading in that industry. That's continued education. And if you're a true entrepreneur, part of the reason you are is because you're always learning and you enjoy that. You like the continual learning aspect of life. The other saying that I've always enjoyed is, you're either growing or you're dying, and there's a lot of truth to that. And entrepreneurship is a great way to, in a healthy way, force you to keep growing, to keep evolving, to keep changing, to keep working on yourself and your business model. Because if you don't, you're gonna get left in the dust. like a lot of businesses. Amazon today, 20 years from now, will look entirely different. A lot of these companies, Apple, will get disrupted. All these big companies today that we know of will get disrupted over time, unless they stay really innovative and keep evolving. And so you want to be sure that you're going to also meetups and associations and events for your vertical, where you can meet people, you can network. That's really where, every time I've gone somewhere to any event, I've always met somebody, or at least met somebody. I always met somebody. Obviously, that's my personality, so it helps. But I've met plenty of people at every event, but I've always met at least one, a lot of times 2 or 3 people that we can work together to move things forward. And I've also always learned something, a little nugget. I always pick a nugget up everywhere I go. So, trade shows, all these things. I mean, you basically want to do this, to be an entrepreneur and to have a shot at being successful, you have to eat and breathe your industry, at least, especially in the early stages. You just have to live it. You have to be in it, in the trenches, because you really have to be focused and niche it down and figure out where you can get the traction to then grow out of that to hopefully grow a company. That's really where it is, right? To, like, for us in housing, if we were to say, hey, we want to be housing for everybody, well, good luck. That's going to be, very difficult to achieve, and will be hard to get traction. But if we niche that down and say that we're building sustainable, attainable, modular housing for 80 to 100% of AMI, average medium income, that becomes a lot more defined, a lot more niche, a lot more focused, and with that can come traction. So I know I'm throwing a lot in this video. I'm just trying to get you guys thinking through things in these early videos, and hopefully that will spur the conversation, and you guys will chime in with comments or questions, and I can elaborate and give some more examples about these different topics, based on the experience that I've had and things that I've seen, businesses that I've invested in, and again, all these years of experience being an entrepreneur that I look forward to sharing with you guys. I'm trying to do more videos here in 2025. At a minimum, one a week. I want to upload, but if the mood strikes and I have the time, and maybe it'd be great to get to one every 3 days. I mean, one every day would be great, and I would love one day to do maybe a live event every other day. That'd be great. I'd be open to something like that, depending on how the community grows and what the interest level is. And again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, subscribe, like, comment. You guys know what to do. I mean, I know I watch a lot of people on YouTube myself that it takes me a little while to subscribe, so I get it. I'm sure people have to see a lot of videos and really be interested in the topics and the things that I'm talking about to hit that subscribe button. But that's okay, as long as these videos can help a few of you and can help you leapfrog some of the learning curve of being an entrepreneur, then it's all worth it. So you guys have a great rest of your day. See ya.